Last thing I wanted to show y'all on the itinerary is how Juice WRLD's mom talked about people enabling around him his drug use, kind of like the Lil Xan situation, but like it's not Juice WRLD trying to hold other people accountable like Lil Xan may have. It's Juice WRLD's mom, which is very justifiable, because a lot of people surrounding Juice WRLD, there are pictures of Lil Bibby or other people literally giving perks to Juice WRLD on camera. Like it's Juice WRLD is not ass and is not overrated. I don't know what is wrong with you, but you need to listen to his discography, because he's one of the most talented people, if not the most talented people of this generation. Anyway, Juice WRLD's mom, let's listen to her. Let's see what's going on.
Mm-hmm. I know one of the things that doesn't rest well with your soul is what you saw as enablers around him.
Absolutely.
Explain that to me.
I just felt like his best interest wasn't being looked out for. I think people had their own agendas. I think they liked...
Juice WRLD's mom looking pretty good though, right? How old is she? Like 40? Something like that? She looks pretty young and like clean, put together, no wrinkles. She doing her thing.
The lifestyle. And they were young too, so I have to give them that. They're young, so they don't see things the way, we would see them. But I just think that he just didn't have the people in place to just tell him to stop or no, or he just didn't have that support system in place.
Was he hiding it by then from you?
He couldn't hide it because it was in his music. But we were at a point where we could talk about it. He was an adult, he wasn't living at home, but we still had that relationship where he felt comfortable talking about it. And I told him what my fears were, of him overdosing. I encouraged him to speak with the psychologist he used to speak with, because, I arranged where they could have a mobile conversation. But he was 19 and he knew everything. He figured he had it, and the people around him, some of them would reach out to me, but not the inner circle, that they were scared.
All right. First of all, I think I posted this on Instagram saying like record labels, or at least major ones that can afford it, they should have like a psychiatrist or a psychologist, whatever it's called. I'm not like too informed on it, so that they can like almost like an HR representative to check in on you on a regular company, but for record labels, because there's a lot of drug use for these artists typically. So just to have them call like every couple of weeks to make sure like, how's your head doing? How is the record label company treating you? All sort of that kind of stuff. But also from this little interview, I was like, who is she talking about? She's talking about all the people surrounding Juice WRLD, but does that include Ali? Because if you recall from all of the music that is released, Ali keeps saying that the label really hasn't hit her up.
Oh, yeah. Awesome Judah donated $5. Juice WRLD's mom is 100% right, and she said it in a respectful way too.
Oh yeah, facts. Juice WRLD's mom is goated. But as I was saying, so Ali would always say that the label didn't hit her up to ever like choose songs or like to pick the correct songs from Outsiders or any of the projects that Juice WRLD was thinking, because they spent like 24/7 time together, right? And we also learned that Juice WRLD's mom is in control of the music releases. She is the one that not necessarily picks the songs, because I'm sure Lil Bibby and Unnecessary Ballin' / Pete do that because they're the co-executives of Grade A. But I feel like since Juice WRLD's mom is in control of the music releases, she might not be saying, or she might be telling them like, no, we don't really need Ali involved in it, in the music selection, given that she might not like Ali, because Ali was, and it's on public record, she was a plug, and Juice WRLD even said it in a song. I'm not blaming her at all, by the way. I'm just trying to figure out like, what is Juice WRLD's mom perspective here? Could she be talking about Ali, given that they spent 24/7 together? And that would probably be like the main influence on you. Although Ali did say at one point that she broke up with Juice WRLD because he wouldn't stop taking drugs, right? Wasn't Ali? I mean, Ali's past is a little bit questionable, as we've discussed in the past, like in past videos, in that she did like hit up Smoke Perp at one point, and she was like tweeting at him or whatever. So she probably was trying to get at multiple rappers, and Juice WRLD just happened to be one. She's a bit older than Juice WRLD, which I guess isn't the biggest deal in the world, because Juice WRLD was already, I believe, like able to give consent. Like, he was a grown man. Once you're like 18, yeah, you're not like the smartest dude. I'm still stupid as fuck at 25 years old when it comes to adult shit, but you know, you're obviously there. I think your brain doesn't stop developing until like 25 though. So your boy is I'm fully grown. But yeah, so what I'm saying is, I feel like Juice WRLD's mom was kind of talking about Ali because she was Juice WRLD's best friend, and she did pop perks with Juice, at least at one point. But they were young, so you can't really blame them. I remember in college, I'd be doing that stupid shit too, drinking, smoking, popping perks, doing whatever. Have I seen the documentary? She was literally doing coke almost every scene. So how did she leave him for doing drugs? I'm just going off what Ali said. But, you know, there's no denying that she didn't do her fair share of drugs, especially with Juice WRLD. And that's probably why they were so close as well, because I feel like they both did a lot of drugs, and they both, like, you know, they did it together, and that was fun for them, at least for a time period. Because then there was the point where Juice WRLD wasn't fertile because he was doing so many drugs, and they were trying to have a baby. I think they had like multiple what is it called, miscarriages? Hypocritical? I guess it is hypocritical. But there's a difference between like doing drugs recreationally and like being addicted to drugs. Like Juice WRLD, I believe, was doing hella drugs. I mean, you could hear it in his songs, and also he was doing it for a different reason than probably a lot of people, or at least some people, in that he was depressed. And when you take drugs while you're depressed, yes, it gets you through temporarily, but then it makes, when you get out of whatever high you're in, you're even lower because your serotonin or dopamine is all fucked up, all the chemicals in your brain. Like when you take Molly, people always talk about when you come off that high, like you're super depressed, or you just feel like nothing, like your emotions are just numb. How does a miscarriage happen? Does the baby just come out when you take a piss? Sometimes it'll just randomly come out. Like I've heard some like gross ass stories from friends in college and shit. Basically, yeah, your body will just like push out a baby, but it's not like fully developed. It'll be like 3 months in, as opposed to 9 months, which is when like your baby's fully developed on average. And it'll be all like bloody and obviously dead because it's still a fetus. It can't really breathe.